we're live. It's Monday night. What better way to get your week started than with me, Cheryl, and our gorgeous Rebecca? We've brought in the backup.
Big guns. We've brought in the main woman in the Radio Online group, right?
Thank you.
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Well, listen, we just wanted to drop in and say hi. It's like we said, it's Monday. We don't normally come in on a Monday, so we thought, well, rather than doing lunchtime, we'll try and catch you at tea time in case you're home. And in the USA, it's probably still morning or lunchtime. Give us a little hello, tell us you're here, say hi in comments, just so that we know who's on. We're very excited to come here. We're going to spend 10 or 15 minutes because we wanted to chat to our Rebecca, who's been in the Real You online program with us for, what, how long now?
September 2020. It was.
Wow, year and a half-ish.
Yeah.
Like literally that was like the year we launched it. So yes, from the year. So Rebecca was one of the first people ever to join the Real You online. And the reason we wanted to do that is because when people talk about coaching and mindset coaching, life coaching, it'd be quite hard to go, well, what is it that you do? And we find the best way to explain that is through the clients that we work with. So you can see the results, see what's changed for them, ask them questions. And Rebecca was like totally up for it because she's done so much work on herself to come alive. In September 2020, would not have done this, I think it's fair to say, isn't it?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. This is a huge step forward for me. Huge.
Oh,
from
I'm
that
so
point.
proud of you.
Massively.
You're here, right?
I know. I can't believe it, but I'm here.
You're here. But tell us, like, what was the thing? Like, if you don't mind sharing with the guys watching, like, what made you actually want to join the Real You online in the first place?
I think all my life I think it's in my DNA. I'm a very anxious person. I overthink, overplan everything. Perfectionist, procrastinator, you know, the lot basically, and no real reason. It's just who I am up to that point where I came across you two. And I think I was literally, like you do, just sat there aimlessly scrolling through Facebook one day and came across one of your previous free challenges. And at that point, I just felt so unhappy, so lost, so broken, basically. Sounds very dramatic, I know, but that is how I felt at that time, you know, a whole lifetime of anxiety and everything I just listed before. You know, it takes its toll, basically. And I just knew. I tried about a year before, I tried CBT, you know, so I'd given that a go through the NHS, but I'd got to the point where I knew I had to do something had to change, basically. I just couldn't go on at the way I was, you know. So yeah, came across your free challenge. I think it was Supercharge Your Self-Confidence. That one.
I was just going to say Supercharge Your Self-Confidence.
Yeah,
that was. I always remember the 5 months we were in.
Yeah.
And I realise now, you know, the universe literally just drew me to it. And before I knew it, I was in the Facebook group, like all these lovely ladies had done for the past week. And at that point, I didn't do a video, but I put my photo up and wrote a whole post about how I felt, which for me, even at that point, was a massive step forward. You know, that was huge. But just something inside me, I just knew I had to do something, basically. So yeah, so that's kind of where it all started, through that challenge. And then through that's how I ended up in the Real You online program.
I love it. Yeah. God. And you are so committed to your development. Like every time you do a challenge or free masterclass or anything, like you are there and you show up. You sort of join the Real You online and then fall away and think, oh, well, I bought it. You know, like we do with our gym membership. Well, I pay for the gym membership. I pay for the food subscription delivery service thing. Therefore, I'm already halfway there. It is a big step to enroll, but you really like embody it. You work the program, you rework the program, you go back to certain steps. You're ambassador now in the Real You online, because when you do it, you've got a private Facebook group, haven't you, with the members who've bought that program. And you're the ambassadors who help us in there, support questions and inspiration. Like, it's amazing. Like, we love having you there. We're so honoured. We're so glad that you stopped scrolling that day and
I know, it's obviously meant to be, absolutely. And And I think the other thing, I'm not a risk taker, you know, well, I wasn't back then. So to actually join that program and spend that money on myself was massive. But there was just this, you know, inside if it's what you need to do, you know. And for me, that is absolutely what I needed to do at that time. It was, I say it in posts and testimonials, it was a no-brainer basically. It had to be done. Save me from myself.
I love that, and that's what I was going to say, because sitting and thinking like this is what I really do, and just knowing, but then our head kicks in, doesn't it? And we'll go, I can't afford it. It's too much money. It's not going to work for me. I haven't got time. Blah 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 blah. All these up. How did you? Because you've talked about imposter syndrome earlier, having all the symptoms. How did you quieten the inner critic and tune into what Rebecca knows she needed? Your intuition to be able to have the trust in yourself to sign up.
I think, well, obviously, my overthinking. I did think it through all rationally first, you know, because I was the one missed out on a couple of bonuses because I didn't do it straight away, you know. So that was a bit of a life lesson learned there, kind of thing. So I don't know. It's hard to explain what drew me to it, but I knew it was a kind of now or never scenario for me.
Right.
It's something I just had to do at that time. And at the time, I didn't really understand. I suppose I had done a bit of CBT work before, so and within that, there was a lot about worries. You know, how to manage your worries, and kind of like what's the absolute worst that could happen scenario. You know, so thinking about that, and is this actually a valid worry, or one that you've just made up up in my head, kind of thing. So I did sort of think about it, pros, cons, and all that. But no, it's weird. I had a feeling from the beginning. I always knew I was going to join. Always, it just took me that 24, 48 hours to get to that point. But I knew inside, no matter how much I questioned myself, I knew that it was going to happen. Basically,
I love that.
I just need to get there in my own time. Get there in my own time.
Yes,
basically.
So important. So tell us, I would love to know, like, if you were describing the Real You Online program to someone who's like, well, what is it? How does it? What is it? Because it's not so much the how it works, is it? Because people are more like, well, what is it and what do I get out of it? How would you describe it in your words?
It helps to you know, I think to that point I'd spent my whole life keeping busy and just avoiding all the issues that I knew were there. So by keeping really busy, people pleasing, you know, helping other people, I could avoid everything that I'd buried down deep inside me. But the Real You online program, it makes you stop, you know, think, take a step back and do the work. So you're digging deep, you know, peeling back all those layers, and just getting to the heart of everything that each sort of module, each section takes you through. Yeah, and you sort of have to stop and think about what's happened in the past, you know, and what can I let go of, what can I forgive, and, you know, to help me move forward. So, and it's just jam-packed full of this amazing content, basically, to help you move forward to get to where you want to be.
I love
I
that.
love it. And I love that we're 2 years in and you're still using it every week. Like I know you do. I always answer the accountability post, because in the Facebook group, we don't just want you to buy it and then like that's it, all bit's done.
Oh, no.
We're like, every week we're posting, what are you doing, what you're committing to, where you stuck, don't we like to try, and you help out as well, Pat, the ambassadors, because we want it to be like
life-changing.
Life-changing.
Yeah,
it is. Sorry, go on, Rebecca.
Yeah, no, it is completely life-changing, and that accountability within the program. So, you know, the Monday accountability posts, the Friday ones as well, you know, you can write on there. There's always people there to support you, you know, sort of cheering you along, or there for support if you're not having such a great day. And and the monthly coaching calls as well. They're just phenomenal part of it. They're huge. And you might not be having the best day, the best week or whatever, but just knowing that's coming up in your diary, and and they're interactive as well. So if anybody wants to talk about anything, they're able to. It's a real safe, supportive space. It's just phenomenal, and it keeps you going. So you can't forget about it. It's there basically.
Over there.
Don't let you forget about it.
Because did you get the program before we'd introduced the live monthly coaching calls? Because we didn't used to do them. It used to just be like the digital program. Or had we already started them?
No, you had started those, because basically I've been to every one since.
Yeah, you have.
So yeah. So
were you sure? You really do. Like, what would you say are the biggest differences? Like, so if someone's looking for, but it's £1,000 or £97 a month for 12 months right now, how do I, like, what will I get out of it, Rebecca? Like, what would you say to them?
It has quite literally transformed my life, my way of thinking, every aspect of my life. So within work, family, friends, just everything. I just feel so much happier, more confident. I mean, I wouldn't have been doing this in September 2020. Absolutely not. Just to put that initial first post on with a photo was a massive thing. Yep, I'm more assertive now. Don't people please like I used to. I've learnt, the art of saying no. You can actually say no, believe it or not, and the world doesn't, end. Basically. Yeah, funny that. Wish I'd known that before. But anyway, I've put boundaries in place to protect my own time, my own space, and that. And another massive thing which has really improved my relationships with just generally people in my life is I was actually a very judgmental person before, which isn't a very nice thing to say about yourself, but it's true. I was just very judgy. But now I realise that, that came from within me because I was feeling so wretched, insecure, awful about my life, and that's how it makes you react to others. So recognising that in myself was just huge, and it's improved my relationship with certain people in my life where, before I perceived them to be not particularly nice people, they really triggered me in certain ways, pushed my buttons, and now I can see probably where they're coming from and why they're like they are, and they're probably not going to change unless they do something like this, of course, but they're not going to change. So I have to change how I react to them, deal with them, however you want to put it, and that's just been, to be honest, that's, if it was just that was worth every penny, basically.
I love that.
Every penny for that.
And that's such a big, isn't it? Because we do go around life going like, I'd be happy if he wasn't an arsehole, or I'd be happy if he was kinder, or I'd be happy if he was more generous. It's like, we're the one doing the name calling.
Exactly.
When you change how you show up, even without asking them or telling them or isn't it amazing how your relationships completely transform when you are embodying something different?
Yeah, completely. And I've noticed that I'm a more positive person, Before I realise now I was one of those mood hoovers that you referred to, and I know it was.
I can't.
Mood hoover.
Yeah, absolutely, completely. I was just terribly negative, and gosh, I've still got friends, but yeah, and yeah, I just feel so much more positive now. And when people are being negative themselves, I say pull them up on it, not quite as harsh as that, but gently guide them, to being a bit more positive for themselves, because I know how miserable it is to live like that. It's not nice at all.
Half life, isn't it? So I always think it's like I'm having a half life.
You could put on. I used to be a mood hoover, but now I'm positive.
Yeah, absolutely.
I used to be a mood hoover, but now I'm happy.
Yeah.
I used to be a mood hoover, but now I'm a unicorn fairy dust sprinkler.
Yes, I love that.
I love it. And For those of you in Self-Doubt All Out in the free challenge, the challenge was last week. So if you're watching this and you're in there now, because I know some of you have still been joining over the weekend, we're going to say no, but we thought, well, the replays are there. There's still so much learning to be had. You can still watch the replays and learn and, you know, do the training as if you're doing it live. The replays are up until next Monday. Rebecca is one of your ambassadors in there. And this is why, because the proof is in the pudding. Our ambassadors are always people who are been in and are in and are part of our community and in our programs, so they understand so that when you're asking questions, you know, there's a reason. The ambassadors aren't paid to do this. They come along because they genuinely want to pay the word forward and help other people transform their lives as well, which is just incredible. So if there's people on the fence now, so at the minute, the Real You program, the Real You online program, you can go on the website and buy for 2,000. But for this week, as a thank you following our Self-Doubt All Out program, we're offering it for 50% off plus 2 amazing bonuses. So it's something like £5,000 worth of free of training, of coaching program that you're getting for £997 or for 12 payments of £97 just for this week only. It's only up till Friday. And we have got an extra special bonus that we will be sharing for the people who've invested in the program that they don't even know about yet. Like, it's top secret. We'll keep it right until Friday, and then we'll be telling you. But the people who buy it now will also be getting that program. Okay. So if there's people on the fence now, Rebecca, they're going, oh, I know it's a lot of money and I haven't got the time, and all the excuses that we come up with when we're scared of investing in ourselves. Like, what would you say to that person? Because it's men or women that can join the program.
Oh, absolutely. I would just feel so passionately that you just do it for yourself, you know, put yourself first for once, you know, and it really is, it's transformational, it is life-changing. And I know, you know, you have to turn up, you have to do the work, you know, but it is so worth it to give you that sense of self-worth, and, you know, and you are enough to invest in yourself, you know, you are worth it, absolutely. So yeah, it's worth every penny. I've just never looked back. The best investment I've made in myself.
I can't answer that. Just mic you off there. Like, love bomb in the house.
Yeah, don't need. Yeah, there you go.
And it's so lovely. Like, everyone, I know you've been talking, Rebecca, so you don't probably see the notes, but the notes, the comments, and just people how inspirational you are, how they've seen your face and seen the challenge, but didn't know your story. So it's lovely to get to know you, like, just how inspirational you are. It's just fantastic to read those comments. So thank you to everybody who's joined us and shared that. And like I said, you can get to know a lot more about Rebecca in the group as well, in Self-Doubt All Out. So invest in yourself, invest in your future, Kitty says. So true, Karen.
Literally £97 a month is you spend less on coffee.
I know, it's insane.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's like, we'll question going to Starbucks and paying £3-4 or whatever it costs her every day for a coffee or whatever. And it's like less than that, you know what I mean? But because it's for us and because it's about us, you know, I couldn't possibly, especially as women, I couldn't possibly spend that much money. You do already, just on other things that won't transform your life.
It's what one of the girls messaged us this the other day on Friday, because I said, are you buying it? And she's on I've got other things at the moment, priorities. I was like, all right, okay, no problem. And then she messaged us saying, I'm like, just reality check myself. I will find the money for anything, and I spend money on so much shit.
Yeah.
Like, I know if I say yes to this, I actually won't be any worse off. I might just buy less shit for the next one. Just like, as a favour. No, but I was laughing because I know not £97 is possible for everybody. However, like, when I looked at what I used to buy, I mean, God, we pay a lot more money for our coaching programs, a lot of money, and but Cheryl and I have always up leveled, and the money's then come to us in one way, form or another. We've never been worse off when we invest in a program, because we think, say yes to yourself, the universe says yes back, and we live by that mantra every single time.
Every single time we've invested in ourselves, we've been compensated, so we can move forward and pay it forward and do the work, right?
And that's it. And just another thing is, yes, you're investing in yourself to help yourself and improve your own life, but then the ripple effect to come out of that, you know, it's priceless. How it improves, relationships with your family, at work. You might go on and get a better job potentially. So financial gain there to help your family out, or whatever. There's countless examples of that, but the ripple effect is huge as well, that comes from you.
It is, isn't it? It's hard when we see like the successes in the group of people getting huge promotions, pay rises, shifting their relationships. Like we do see it all in there, don't we? So we get really proud when we see them end up new businesses. Like just it all goes on because they get this right.
I love that. Jill's just saying my daughter invested in a coach and was like, oh, thank God, when I told her I was investing in myself. Like, keep up with the times, ma'am. Come on.
Yeah. Jill's already joined the Radio Online. She was one of the first people in, signed up. So yeah. So listen, Cheryl's put the link in there, I think, or Holly, someone's put the link in. So you can have a look. You can have a look on there. It tells you everything. If you need anything, #help in the self-doubt group, or drop us a DM. But you've got till Friday, and then the offer's off the table. Please don't come and say, when are you doing it again? We don't know. We might not.
We're off to USA, baby. Like we're gonna be just living at large in LA, Dallas. Like there ain't gonna be no Radio Online options for you. So grab it.
Saying the gains are so much more. I was there for a year, delayed. What a waste! But the transformation is great. Absolutely.
It's so funny. Like I spoke to Karen after one of the challenges literally a year ago, and you wanted in then, didn't you, Karen? You wanted to sign up to one of our programs, and then came back a year later. And it's that question, right? If you don't do anything, what's your life going to be like in a year's time? The same.
Absolutely.
Put it on the back of the book. Right, we're going to hang out and have a little chat. But we're going to say goodbye to you. Big love. Have a lush Monday evening. And we'll see you all. I think we're here tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 11 o'clock with Lucy Green.
11 o'clock. Mwah. See you then, guys.
Bye.